effing pissed. Okay? I am pissed about this narrative that's out there with some of you Dolphin fans. And it's like you're programmed for negativity, dude. Like some guy yesterday goes to me, or the day before, I think it was a couple days ago, he goes to me, well, they better not lose to Washington because it's December and they were 8-3 last year and everything fell apart. And I tweeted back to the guy, I said, brother, and I'll tell all you brothers and sisters out there this, okay? If you're comparing this team right now to last year's team or the team before 2 years ago or anything else, you're an idiot. This team is way better experience-wise, talent-wise, and health-wise. They were missing their entire secondary at this point last year. They ended up losing their quarterback for a significant stretch. I mean, and this was a first year for everybody in the offense. So now you've got people are way more comfortable on offense. They're actually more comfortable on defense with the new scheme. Jalen Ramsey's in now. It's taken the defense to another level. And then I told the guy, well, wait a minute, dude. All they've done this year is beaten all the bad teams. They've done exactly what they're supposed to do. That's not what they normally do. They always slip up and lose to bad. At 8-3, they would have lost already to a bad team in one of those 3 losses. And it's like some of you are effing programmed to just be negative. And I don't understand it right now. And you tell me about the past. I'm sorry. How am I comparing this to the past? How is Mike McDaniel not better than Cam Cameron and Joe Philbin and Dave Wanstead and Jimmy Johnson and all the buffoonery that went on here? Yes, I'm throwing Jimmy Johnson in there. Okay? That idiot destroyed the offense and made everything worse for Marino, not better. Okay? Jimmy Johnson was an effing moron here offensively. Tua is better than anything we've had since Marino. This defense is actually maybe the best defense you've had in the last 30 years. Because they have the balance, actually. Or if not, it could be as good as the defenses of the past with Jason and Zach and those kind of guys. So we start looking around. The defensive coordinator is better than anything you've had here forever. The talent on offense and defense is better than you've had here. The front office, my God, is better than anything you've had here in 40 years. Once they lost Beathard and Young and Thomas and all those guys from the 70s, and we went from the 80s on, this front office smokes everything that Shula ever did from the 80s on. I can't tell you how many stupid-ass mistakes they made in the 80s and on. I'm sick from, I lost years of my life from the stupidity of the 80s and the early 90s from the Miami Dolphins front office. Rest in peace, but I got to call it like I see it. So I'm not sure what anything I'm watching now resembles anything of the last 20 and 30 years of all the idiots and the terrible teams and the bad quarterbacks and the bad coaches and the bad front offices that we've had here. So I'm not exactly sure where that narrative comes from because it's not an educated one. And that seems to be the problem. That's kind of like a running theme in our society that you don't have the facts. You don't have actual intelligence behind it. It's just some buffoonery that one idiot repeated, and then another one repeats it, another one says it, another one writes it, another one says it on the air, and then the rest of you just follow like sheep. What is it? You're afraid of getting hurt or something? You're afraid of committing? You're afraid that your feelings are going to get hurt because you're committed to it? Aren't you a fan? Don't you believe in your team? Then, how about rooting without fear?
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big